Avowed is an open-world RPG developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Microsoft. Obsidian is a highly experienced studio in the RPG genre, having created successful games such as Fallout, New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, and Pillars of Eternity. Avowed is a product of this experience. However, Microsoft's struggles in the RPG market seem to be evident in this game as well. Just as Starfield was overshadowed by Baldur's Gate 3, Avowed appears to be under the influence of Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2. So where does Avowed stand in this competition? Let's take a closer look. Story and universe: Avowed takes place in the world of Eora, the same universe used in Obsidian's Pillars of Eternity series. The presence of gods and their influence on the world is highly significant. The game is set in a region called the Living Lands, which the Aether Empire is attempting to colonize. However, a mysterious plague disrupts everything, turning those infected into zombies and throwing the region into chaos. The Empire assigns an envoy to investigate and stop the plague. That envoy is you. Your character is a godlike, a special individual chosen by the gods. This status causes society to either shun you or see you as a prophet. Throughout the game, you investigate the origins of the plague while uncovering the truths about your own past. While the story is generally engaging, it sometimes falls into predictable cliches. The game frequently hints at something grander, but these promises are not always fulfilled. However, side quests and character interactions help support the narrative. Gameplay and character development: Avowed offers an open-world RPG experience similar to Skyrim. You can customize your character however you like. There are no fixed classes, meaning you can play as a mage, a warrior, or a hybrid of both. The skill tree is flexible and offers many options to experiment with different builds. Weapons and spells. You can equip different weapons or spells in each hand. For example, you can wield a sword in one hand and a spellbook in the other. Spells can be cast freely once learned, making the gameplay more dynamic. Skill tree. Each skill has 3 levels, and you need to spend skill points to develop them. If you don't distribute your points wisely, you may end up with a character that can do everything but excels at nothing. Weapon sets. You can carry 2 different weapon sets and switch between them with a single button press. This allows you to adapt your strategy dynamically during combat. During the first half of the game, I experimented with different builds. Initially, I wanted to play as a mage, but I later switched to firearms and completed the rest of the game this way. This trial and error process makes the game more enjoyable. Combat mechanics: combat is quite chaotic, especially with the first-person perspective. Enemies frequently attack from outside your field of view, making battles more challenging. However, the third-person perspective offers a much more comfortable experience. Unfortunately, this perspective was not heavily promoted in the game's marketing. If you are not fixated on first-person gameplay, I highly recommend playing in third-person mode. The impact of attacks feels better than in Skyrim, but boss fights can be underwhelming. Bosses often feel like stronger versions of regular enemies, making final battles somewhat lackluster. World design and exploration: Avowed's world consists of 4 major regions, each with a unique theme and atmosphere. The Parity region showcases the Empire's wealth and grandeur, while other areas highlight poverty and despair. This effectively reinforces the game's critique of imperialism. However, enemy variety is somewhat lacking. From the first region to the last, you fight almost the same types of enemies, which makes combat feel repetitive. Stamina and inventory management. Avowed successfully addresses common RPG issues related to stamina and inventory management. There is no stamina restriction when running in the open world, and you can manage your collected items without unnecessary interruptions. This helps maintain the game's pacing. Conclusion and final thoughts: Avowed reflects Obsidian's RPG expertise, but comes with some shortcomings. While the story and world are intriguing, the main storyline can feel cliched and predictable. The gameplay and character development are well executed, but the lack of enemy variety and underwhelming boss fights are drawbacks. If you enjoy open-world RPGs like Skyrim, Avowed can offer an enjoyable experience. However, since it is available on Game Pass, trying it through that service might be a more reasonable option than purchasing it outright.